Hello everyone and welcome to 1 Cent Sports Cards YouTube. Today I am going to be doing my 1 cent sensational set review for the new set coming out on Friday, June 5th. It is the Topps Tier 1 baseball set. Without further ado, we will get right into it. We'll throw some music on and get into the sensational set review. So, what is the Sensational Set Review? This is the review where we are going to take a deep dive into Tier 1, and what we will do is at the end of the review and set guide, we will rank this set on 10 different categories on a scale of 1 to 10. And we will take all of those scores and add them up, which will give us our exclusive Sensational Set ranking, which will rank this set with all the other sets that have come out in the 2020 season, so you know if this is a set that you want to get into, a set that you want to pass on, or maybe just dabble a little bit in. So before we begin, definitely throw over to first, hit that like button if you like this review. Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell, because we do these sort of set guides and reviews for most of the new sets that are coming out in 2020. So here's what the review is going to include. We're going to go over some set highlights, the different ways that you can buy into this, what the key cards are in the set. Then we will go into who should be collecting this set, what type of collector, what type of collector should not be collecting this set. On top of that, we will break down all of the different autos and relics that you can get. There are a ton of them in Tier 1. And I will also get into teams that you should target in breaks. So a lot of people will be buying into breaks for this product. So I'll give you some hints on who you should be targeting. And with that, we will end with the positives of the set, the negatives of the set, which take us right into our sensational set rating, where we will rate this amongst all of the other sets that have come out so far in 2020, and we will show you what all of those rankings are at the end of this. So let's dig right in. Here's kind of the set highlights for you. First of all, it is an elegant, premium on-card autograph-driven set. There's nothing but autographs and relics in here. It is in its 9th year of release. This set started way back in 2011, so it is a tried and true set, and with each box you basically get 2 on-card autos and 1 relic, so 3 cards per box only. Every one of the cards is going to be numbered $3.99 or less. I think with the relics you can get $3.99 or less, and then with the autos it is $2.99 or less. There's no real base checklist here. There are, however, several checklists of available autos and relics. We're going to get into all of those, but no real base set that's to be had here. The cards do mix young, so rookie cards, current superstars, and retired players and Hall of Fame players. So there are no prospects. And the big hit is going to be the Tier 1 autos, and they are case hits, all of them, as you'll see in the checklists. There is some big hit potential that you can find in all of these. New for 2020 is going to be the next level autographs subset, and that we'll get into that. That basically is current and young stars in the game that took their game to the next level. And then for relics, there's some really cool ones that you can find. There's bat knob relics, there's signing pens, there's cut signatures that you can find, and those are some of the more super rare finds that you can find in this set. So here's the different ways that you can buy into this. This is not available in retail. It is a hobby-only format. So you do get 1 pack in a hobby box, and that comes with 3 cards in the pack. So 3 total cards. The current price on this right now is sitting right at around $200. So your cost per card is going to be $66.65. So a big time cost per card price. But you do get guaranteed 2 autos and 1 memorabilia card. And then you can also buy a case. So a case is 12 boxes. So you would get 36 total cards, 12 packs. The current price on those is about $2,350. So your cost per card comes down about a quarter on that. So not much, but in a case you are guaranteed to get 24 autos, 12 memorabilia cards, and you get a tier 1 auto as well. I have no idea why it says hot right there, but you do get a tier 1 auto per case. So here's some of the key cards. Remember, there is only autos and relics, so we'll cover off on autos first. There is a triple auto relic of Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Bo Bichette, and Kevin Biggio. That would be an amazing card to hit. There's also a pool host, Mike Trout, and a Shohei Ohtani triple auto that you can pull. You've got 2 future Hall of Famers there, and Shohei, a sensation within the baseball world. And then you've got the tier 1 autos. So those are the case hits that we've kind of covered off on. Some of the players that you can get in that, you're talking Ken Griffey Jr., Derek Jeter, Mike Trout. The checklist on that is really solid. Everyone is a big hit in this. That the tier 1 autos have nothing but superstars in them. And then you can also get the tier 1 bat knob autos, which has some highlights of those. Those are all going to be 1-to-1. And some of the names highlighted in there, you've got a Trout bat knob, a Griffey Jr. bat knob, a Juan Soto bat knob. So just some huge hits, obviously. Then you've got signature tools, which is 1-of-1. What that is it is actually the pen that was used to sign the auto. So some of the players you can get out of that checklist: Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, Mike Trout, Ronald Acuna Jr. So just like I said, there's going to be big names throughout this whole set. There is some filler, but for the most part, you're talking some of the biggest names in baseball, current, retired, and Hall of Famers. Then you have the next level autos. Those are going to be the new autos for 2020. Some of the names you can get out of there: Bo Bichette, Mike Trout, Aaron Judge. And then you've also got relic books. One that I like in there is obviously the pool host and the Trout. That's got 2 future Hall of Famers. And we'll cover off on these checklists and do a little bit of a deeper dive here as well. And then one of the neat things that they have included in 2020 again are the cut signature autos. Those are signatures that are cut out from all sorts of various different things, whether it be letters, checks, that type of thing, and then they place that into a card. Obviously those would all be 1-of-1s, and there is even a Babe Ruth cut signature auto in this set. And then for relics, you've got the limited lumber relics. That is actual bat relics with like the bat, like the Louisville Slugger logo on there. So those will be really cool to pull. And then you've got the tier 1 all-star patches, and those are 1-of-1s. Those are actual patches from the all-star game from 2019. So then the question becomes, who should collect this set? It's a little bit of a different set. In regards to, it is all hit driven, it is all on card autographs, it's all big star players. So the very first people that come to mind are going to be those premium hit chasers. They're all hits, they're all numbers. So if you're into big hits and premium hits, this is a set for you. I also think that if you collect Hall of Fame autos, there's a long list of retired greats on this set list. So this would be a good set to get into if you're looking for some of those Hall of Fame autos. And then I also think that relic collectors are going to be interested in this set as well, because they do have just some amazing relics, whether it be the bat knobs, the pens, the patches, the buttons, some really cool relics, ones that would definitely hold value. And then I also think that rookie auto collectors, you've got a lot of 2020 rookies in here. You can see Bo Bichette over to the left. You do have Yordan Alvarez. You've got all your big rookies in here with autographs, and they're all on card. And then other people that I think are people that are looking to add something special to their collection. So whether that is, you just want to have one of these really cool bat relics from a player you like, that type of thing. So if you're looking to add something special, not that you would buy in boxes and cases of this at a time, but maybe you go onto the secondary market and find one of those cool cards that you can pull out of here. And then I also think individual player collectors. So if you are, for example, a big fan of Ken Griffey Jr., lots of Ken Griffey Jr. autos in here, a lot of cool cards. And so if you collect a player, it's guaranteed to just be a cool card, no matter if it's a numbered to 299 or one of the rare, like gold ink 1-of-1s in here. Just really cool cards for individual players. You've got Cal Ripken, Frank Robinson, Ted Williams, all sorts of just huge names that have throughout the history of the hobby. And then I also think that the secondary market collectors, so these are people that would be buying one-offs and not buying into boxes, I do think that you're going to see a lot of these cards hit the secondary market fairly quickly, and they should be fairly easy to get. So then the question becomes, who should not collect this set? First of all, I think set collectors shouldn't be in this. There's no base checklist. It's basically a bunch of subsets kind of underneath this umbrella of the Tier 1 brand. And even if you did try to collect some of these subsets, they're really hard to collect. It would be really expensive. So set collectors, steer clear. Speculators, so we're talking about investment people. Some of these cards are going to hold amazing value. But there are a lot of them that will not hold a lot of value, and this is not a flagship set. It is a veteran set, and what I mean by veteran is it's been around for 9-10 years. But the pricing on these cards is historically soft. If you go back and look at 2019 Tier 1 boxes, they're actually only about $159 now, and that is because the price of the individual cards does not hold value as much as, say, an auto from a flagship or something like that. Budget collectors, steer clear. You've got a almost $67 price tag per card on this. So if you're a budget collector or a retail collector, something like that, this is obviously a set you're going to stay away from. And then I think people that love buying into breaks regularly, I would steer clear of this. The case breaks are only going to have 36 cards in them, so you're not really even guaranteed to get a team if you're doing like a random team break. And if you buy into the teams that are going to be in high demand, it's going to be really expensive. And then I kind of go back to that speculation on this stuff where the cards are soft. So if you're someone that really likes getting into breaks, if this is kind of a, they're going to do a box of this plus something else, I mean, maybe you buy into that and get lucky and get a hit out of one of these boxes. But if you're just buying into case breaks on this, I don't believe that is a great strategy. I mean, yes, you may get a couple really cool cards, but the break prices on this are going to be expensive. So I would steer clear if you love buying into breaks. Also, traditionalists, it does have a very elegant design on the card, but there's no full photography. There's nothing about these cards that screams traditional, throwback, anything like that, vintage. These are all very thick cards. They're all very high design. There's nothing traditional about these cards. And then obviously, if you chase prospects, steer clear of this set. There isn't any in it. So let's cover off on the autos that you can find in this and go over some of the different neat subsets that they have for this set. So the first one that you're going to have is the breakout autographs. This is going to be your younger players that have kind of that Topps has deemed that it could have breakout season. So you've got 88 cards in this set. They're numbered to 299 or less, and you've got the parallels, which kind of is standard throughout all of the autographs. You've got bronze ink parallel, silver ink parallel, and gold ink, and that is just the color of the ink that is used for the auto. And bronze is numbered to 25, silver is numbered to 10, and then gold inks are 1 of 1. You've got clear 1 autographs. Those are actually clear acetate cards. There's 72 cards in the set. They're all numbered to 10 or less. There are no parallels. And then you've also got clear 1 dual autographs. So that's going to have 2 autographs on it, obviously. There's 18 cards of those, and they're numbered to 10 or less as well. And then you've got the new autographs for 2020, the next level autographs. There's 21 cards in that set. They're all going to be numbered to 50, and you do get parallels in those too, the bronze, silver, and gold 1 of 1s. There's also Prime Performers autographs. These are all going to be numbered to 299 or less, 78 cards in the subset, and you've got your standard parallel again, bronze, silver, and gold. We're going to continue on with the autographs. You've got the Tier 1 autographs. These are your case hits, guys. There's 38 cards in the set. They're all numbered to 199 or less. They have your standard parallels again, bronze, silver, and gold. And so those are the Tier 1. And then you have the Tier 1 talent autographs. Now, these ones are not case hits. They're a little bit more common, but they will be numbered 299 or less with the same parallel breakdown as most of the other autograph subsets in this set. Then we've got dual autographs. 15 cards numbered to 25 or less. Those would be really nice hits to pull. Going to be a really tough though, being numbered to 25 or less, but probably might find one in a case here and there. And then you've got triple autographs, so 3 autographs on the card, and some of those are huge. We covered off on that, like the Pool Hose, the Trout, and the Ohtani would just be a sick one to pull. Those are all going to be numbered to 10 or less. And then you've got the cut signatures. So there's 24 different cut signatures in this set. So there's 24 cards. They're all 1 of 1. And then we move on to the Tier 1 autographed relic cards. So here's what you can pull out of those. The autographed Tier 1 relics, those are going to be 49 card set, all numbered to 99 or less. And then the parallels on that, you can get a dual patch or a triple patch, 1 of 1. So all of those cards are going to be awesome little hits. You've also got the dual autograph Tier 1 relic book. So that is 2 autographs in a relic book, 17 cards in the set. They're all numbered to 10. And then you can get a parallel with the dual patch inside there. So then you've also got the autographed prodigious patches. That is a 38 card set. They're all numbered to 10 or less. And then there is a platinum 1 of 1 parallel in those. And then you've got the signature tools autographs. Those are all going to be 1 of 1s. Those again are the pen relics, and that will be a 38 card set. Then you've also got the Tier 1 autographed All-Star patches. Now, what that is going to be is All-Star patches from the All-Star game last year. There's only 5 cards of those, and they are 1 of 1. So those are going to be some amazing patches there, guys. And then we're going to continue on with the autographed relics. We've got the Tier 1 autographed bat knobs. Those are all going to be 1 of 1. There's a 25 card set there. And then the limited lumber, which is what you see over at the right with the Cal Ripken Jr. there. That's what the limited lumber looks like. There's 41 cards in that set. They're all numbered to 1 of 1 as well. And then you've also got another 1 of 1 autographs relic, which is the Tier 1 autographed uniform button. So obviously that's going to be a button relic. There's 24 cards in that set. And then finally, you've got the cut signature relics, which are 23 cards. And those are actual relics that are 1 of 1, and they are cut signatures. So just really cool ones there. And then we get into the unautographed relics now. So obviously you've got the Tier 1 relics. These are going to be the most common ones that you find in a box or cases. You've got 91 card set. They're all numbered to 399 or less. They're going to look very similar to what you see on the right there with Ronald Acuna Jr., but you can't get parallels of those with a dual patch and a triple patch. Dual patch is numbered to 25. Triple patch is a 1 of 1 hit. You've got Tier 1 Legend relics, so those are going to be of your retired and Hall of Famer cards. 20 cards in that set, each numbered to 199 or less, and you've got the parallel dual patch and triple patch again. You've got the prodigious patches. Those are all numbered to 10, and there will be 45 cards in that set with a platinum 1 of 1 parallel. Then you've got Tier 1 uniform button relics. Now these ones are going to be numbered to 5. There's a 34 card set. So you still get the button relic on this, just sans the autograph. And then as we continue on with the relics, you've got the Tier 1 All-Star patches. Those are all going to be 1 of 1s. There are 20 cards in that set. You've got the Tier 1 bat knobs, 69 cards in that set. Those are all 1 of 1s. And finally, you've got the Tier 1 Limited Lumber, which is a large subset, 94 cards, but they are all 1 of 1. So that covers off on the autos and relics. Those are all the different sets that you can buy. So if you're looking to buy into breaks, which again, I'm not really high on buying into breaks of this product, but there will be plenty of people to do. So if you are one of those people, here are 6 teams. I'm going to give you 2 sleepers and kind of the teams that I would most definitely target if I was getting into breaks of 2020 Topps Tier 1. First of all, the Atlanta Braves. You've got 31 autos that you can pull throughout the set. And a lot of those autos are from names like Acuna Jr., Hank Aaron, Jones. I mean, there's just, so you've got Chipper in there. So the Atlanta Braves are probably going to go, they won't be the highest priced one. They probably will command a pretty penny, but most of the autos you can get in there are highly sought after autos. The other one I would say is the Boston Red Sox. Red Sox have a ton of autos in this thing. They've got 41 autos, but the big prize of the Red Sox is there's actually 2 Ted Williams cut autos in this set. So those would be ones that I would definitely be, take the long shot. And if you happen to pull one of those Ted Williams cut autos, you are set for a long time. Just a cornerstone of your collection immediately. And then we go to the obvious team here, the New York Yankees. They have an unbelievable amount of autos in here, like twice as many as everyone else. They've got 82 different autos, tons of different names, and the big prize is going to be that Babe Ruth, even though I said Babe Ruth cut auto. I probably should have spell checked this thing a little bit better before I put this PowerPoint up. But the Babe Ruth cut auto is available in there. That would be a huge prize, life-changing card for sure. Then you've got the Oakland Athletics, which this is kind of a sleeper team. And look at this. I put Acuna, Aaron, and Jones in there again. Those are not the teams that you can get out of the Oakland Athletics. But what you can get is there's Ricky Henderson, there's Jose Canseco, there's a lot of different, there's Mark McGwire, a lot of different retired stars. I don't believe that the A's will be one of the top 5 off the board. So if you can get the A's for the right price, a little bit of a sleeper team. They've got plenty of autos in there. Probably got, if you buy into a case break, more than likely you're going to hit 1 or 2 of those autos. So the Oakland A's a little bit of a sleeper team. And then you've got the Seattle Mariners. They've got 29 autos in there. This may be one of those teams that prices a little bit high, because if you look at all the different autos they have, I would say about half of them are Ichiro autos and Ken Griffey Jr. autos. So if you can get the Mariners, if the Mariners are a little bit soft, pulling either of those autos is going to be big deal. So the Seattle Mariners also a little bit of a sleeper team for me. And then my final sleeper team is going to be the Nationals and the Expos, assuming that they mix those 2 teams together. If you combine those 2 teams, you've got 30 total autos. You've got Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Sr., you've got Juan Soto in there, there's a cut signature Gary Carter in there, so just some really nice cards. And a lot of people, they may get sold as the Nationals only, but if they get sold as the Nationals only, you also get the Expos, and the Expos are they have a really nice lineup of retired stars and whatnot that you can get. So the Nationals, if people are just looking at the checklist and going, oh, the Nationals don't have that many cards, remember you also get the Expos. So that would be my advice on breaks, guys. So here's what my takeaways on Topps Tier 1 2020 is. Here's some positives for you. I do think that it's got a great checklist of true stars, not a lot of fillers. There's some filler, but not a ton of it throughout the set. So not a lot of, so you're not going to get a lot of these, Cedric Mullins type autos in this set. And then it also, because it has been around for 9 years, people know what this set is. It's a proven formula. It is hit driven. It's on-card autos. It's meant to be elegant and higher end. And then the other thing I would say is there's a lot of low number cards that you can hit in this. Chances are if you buy a case, you're going to get some pretty low numbered cards, which would make pretty cool pieces to anyone's collection. The other thing I like is there's no sticker autos in this set whatsoever. Everything is hard signed, so that just kind of adds to the elegant nature of the set. And the other thing is some of the relics are awesome. Those limited lumber ones, just amazing. The all-star patches are going to be awesome. But the whole thing is if you can find them. I think some of the lower end or more common relics are just going to be kind of your jumbo patch, which is not all that uncommon. I don't know how much value those would hold in the long run. But if you can find some of those lower numbered ones, they're amazing. And then the final thing that I would say is a positive. This is a very elegant set that Topps puts out that is not completely premium priced and is a little bit like, if you're an everyday hobbyist, if you've got $200, you can buy into this and you can get some really nice, elegant looking cards. But like any set, there's negatives. So let's cover off on some of those as well. One of the things that I would say is there's not a lot of new in the set this year. And what I mean by that, we've got one new autograph line this year. There's not a lot of the autograph lines or lines that have been used in years past. It's a formula that's been used for a long time. It feels a little bit tired to me. I do think Tier 1 could use somewhat of a refresh in regards to the autos, maybe renaming some of the stuff or coming up or being a little bit more innovative in regards to what we're calling the sets and why the sets are called what they're called. But it is a tried and true formula. So, but to me, it feels just a little tired. Another thing that I think is a negative is the historical value on some of the more common cards in this set. It is not that good. It's kind of a soft set in regards to historical value until you start getting down to some of those low numbered cards. Obviously, some of those are going to hold a ton of value. But if you buy a box and you end up getting 3 of the less common ones, making your money back on a $200 box, if that's what you're looking to do, might be a little tough with this set. The other thing is there's no prospect cards. I think that's a little bit of a negative. It's never been a set that's held prospects, but that may be a way that they could innovate a little bit with Topps Tier 1. But with that being said, they don't bill it that way. So although I think it's a negative, it shouldn't be too big of a knock on the Tier 1 brand. I also think that the cost per auto are slightly high. So you do get 2 autos in a box, but if you think about that, you're buying $200. The cost per auto is $100 per box. So if you take the relic out of the equation, now granted, some of those autos could be absolutely amazing, life-changing, and collection-changing cards. However, some of them very well may not be, and there are cheaper sets where you can get very nice autos for a lower cost per auto. The other thing that I'm not huge on is, yes, it's an elegant set, but the card design feels very similar to past designs. If you go back and look at 2019, 18, 17, a lot of the card design there's nothing new and spectacular about it this year. Obviously, it's a little bit different, but feels very much in that Tier 1 brand. And I feel like they could have been a little bit more innovative with it. Which brings me to maybe what my biggest negative is where does Tier 1 fit with all these sets that Topps produces every year? Is it a premium set that costs $200 because they have premium sets, diamond icons that go for thousands and thousands? Is it a budget hit set, more like along the lines of Topps Inception, where you do get hits? It kind of is in no man's land in regards to its price point and what you get out of a box. Obviously, it kind of feels a little bit like Inception with a little bit more of a classic design, but it's maybe a little bit too similar to that, and it's not quite high-end enough that you're getting these truly, truly just amazing hits in box after box after box. So where does it fit? And that, to me, that's a negative. It kind of seems like a line that is in need of a refresh or a different price point or something. So with all that brings us to our 1 cent sensational set rating. So here's how this works. For 2020 Tier 1, we've got 10 different categories that we're going to line this up on. Appeal, the checklist, inserts, parallels, variations, auto checklist, pack odds, card quality, historical value, artistic value, and cost value. So here's how I broke all this stuff down. The appeal on this set, there are people that collect Tier 1, but for most collectors, I think most collectors don't find a ton of appeal on this. Either A, it's too expensive, or B, it's not quite premium enough. But I do think there's people, because of the names that are in the set, and because of some of the hits that you can pull out of this, that there are people that are going, no, let me go get that big retired Hall of Fame auto or whatnot. So I think there's a little bit of appeal there. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a 4. The base checklist, there isn't really a base checklist, but when we look at the different checklists for the autos and the relics, they're kind of repeated year after year after year. And when we look at the names in those checklists, look, you've got everyone from Mike Trout to Ted Williams to Babe Ruth. You name your favorite retired player, Frank Robinson, Cal Ripken. There's tons of huge names in here. There's a few that are maybe missing. But overall, I think the checklist, although I'm going to take a point or two off just because it's not that innovative. They're all names that you know, but it's still a really strong checklist, guys. I'm going to go ahead and give that an 8. The inserts, there are no real inserts in this, so you kind of have to look at what some of these subsets are, like the limited lumber set, the cut signet, the signature tools line, which is the pens, which I think are pretty good. But again, there isn't really insert sets in here, so I'm going to go ahead and give that a 6. When we go to parallels, not a lot of in variations. There are no variations, but there are parallels, which give you the gold, bronze, the patch. Feels pretty standard for a set like this, so not all that intuitive. And there's no like mid-range, like for example on the cards that are all numbered to 299 or less, there's nothing that's like numbered to 99. It just goes all the way down to like 25, 10, and 1. So not a ton of parallels you can pull out of here, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a 4. The auto checklist, you're not going to find a better auto checklist anywhere, guys. This is just huge autos. That's the whole point of this set, so I'm going to give that a 9. And then with pack odds and production, look, you're guaranteed to get hits in all of this. There is not a ton of filler autos. There's a few, but for the most part, you're probably going to get every box. You're going to get something that just feels really special. In some of these boxes, you might get 2 or 3 cards even that feel really, really special. So I do think that if you're looking for hits, and the production on this is not going to be huge either, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a 9. Card quality, obviously with a set like this, if you're complaining about card quality, I have no idea why. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 9. Historical value on this. The lower end stuff actually is pretty soft on the secondary market. The low numbered big hits obviously carry huge prices. So it's kind of a mixed bag here, but historically, the majority of these cards are not going to hold the same value that maybe a flagship brand of the same player and the same, like for example, on an auto, a Cal Ripken, from Top Series 1 is probably going to hold more than a Cal Ripken with a high number like 299 or less than Tier 1 will. So with me, I'm going to go ahead and say the historical value is a 4. With the artistic value, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 6. The reason it's not lower, because it's not that innovative of a set. It's a very elegant looking design, sure. But I'm going to give it a bump just because the relics in here tend to be pretty nice this year, I think. So all things considered, I'll go ahead and give it a 6. And then with cost value, I'm going to say it's middle of the road, guys. I'm giving it a 5. And the reason why is, yeah, you can get the boxes aren't too expensive. They're $200. You are going to get two sweet autos, a sweet relic. You have a chance at hitting something huge. And they'll be really fun boxes to open. However, again, when we go look at how much of these cards going to hold in the long term, that maybe aren't huge Hall of Fame hits or superstar Mike Trout auto, stuff like that. I mean, if you're getting some of these second tier, third tier autos that are in there, they're not going to hold a ton of value, so I'm going to say it's middle of the road. So here's how this breaks down. We're going to add up all these scores, and we're going to give it, and you can see the score rating here on the left. So, and if it gets an 86 to 100, that is a 5-star sensational set, which means that is a set that no matter what, you should not be passing up on. You should be buying it at all costs. 4-star set's going to land between 65 and 88, which means it's a very good set, definitely worth buying into if you are a fan of the set, fan of the checklist. 45 to 65, a 3-star set, a very solid set, something that if you are a collector of Tier 1, if you like the checklist, you should totally maybe check it out. Maybe not dabble too much and go, take the second mortgage out. And then, obviously a 2-star and a 1-star, probably ones I would steer clear of unless there's a specific reason you're chasing a set like that. So where does Tier 1 2020 land on the sensational set rating? My final rating is a 64. So we're talking a high-end 3-star set. So it's a solid set. I do like the amount of superstar autos, the amount of Hall of Fame autos. I I do like the relics this year. I think the relics are going to be a surprise hit for a lot of people. And I also appreciate that they did not fill out a ton of autos with stuff, with people that you're going, they're maybe retired stars, but only popular within that particular team. They did a decent job at rounding out the different teams. So there's autos for every team. And I really think that overall, it's not a bad set. My knock on it is that it just feels kind of tired, and it's it's lost in its own, it feels lost in the whole lineup of all of Topps products. But with that being said, if you are someone that likes collecting autos, on-card autos, nice looking cards, definitely a set that I would look into. So where does this line up with all of the other sets that have been released in 2020 that we have reviewed on the 1 cent Sensational Set rating system? So we have, I believe we are up to, it's 9 or 10 sets to date. And here's where Topps Tier 1 comes in. Comes in as our 5th rated set of the year so far with a solid 64. Comes in right under Topps Series 1. I think Topps Series 1 is going to be a very good product moving on. A little bit better than Topps Inception though. Inception, not quite the same price point as Tier 1. You can still get some nice cards out of that, but I feel like Tier 1, just with its elegant design, a little bit better there. But it is nowhere close to Bowman. I still think Bowman is running away as the best set of the year so far. And with Panini Select, which you also get for the same price as Topps Tier 1, keep in mind, remember with Panini Select, you get a lot more color. You still get 2 autos, you get 2 relics. A lot of those are patch autos. So as I look at a similarly priced set, which would be Panini Select, you get more cards, you get 60 cards in that set. Panini Select, I feel if I'm going to go spend $200 and want some guaranteed autos, I'm probably going the Panini Select route before I'm going the Topps Tier 1 route. So that, you guys, is my sensational set my sensational set review and set guide for Topps 2020 Tier 1. Let me know what you think about the product below. If you're buying into it, what cards you'll be chasing, if you think you're going to pass. And like I said at the beginning of this video, be sure to throw over to first and hit that like button for me if you enjoyed this review, and subscribe because we will be doing more of these reviews throughout the 2020 baseball card season. I appreciate you guys watching today. I hope that you guys are being safe and that you are being good to your family, your friends, and your neighbors. I hope that in your pack polls, you are pulling fire, and I appreciate you watching this review. Until next time, guys, have a good day. Take care.